Oh, hey. We're live here. We're live at the Olympia Expo here at the Venetian in beautiful Las Vegas for a wonderful event. And I need to introduce this guy because he's in my wheelhouse, and I like to own that. That's the strength community. If you don't know who this guy is, he's a nutritional guru worldwide, has trained some of the most amazing strength athletes in the world, including 7 times world's strongest men.
Yes.
Professional athletes of all sorts. Nathan Payton.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Really, truly is awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Nathan, you've been training strength athletes. Well, I'll let you tell us how long, but as far as I know, it's longer than I've been in the strength sports.
Longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I mean, although he does have the gray beard going.
I am old as dirt, as evident by the wizard thing.
Yeah.
But, I would say about 15 years with, as far as being heavily in with the whole strongman and working with the athletes. The last 14 years in a row at World's Strongest Man and won 7 in that time. So I'm nervous about this coming year because I don't want to screw up my 50% winning odds because that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
But
yeah, your reputation will just be shot if you don't win it.
Over
yeah.
the 50%, not under the 50%.
Yes.
Man, that's quite an accomplishment.
But it's the guys though. I'm blessed that I've managed to achieve some things and guys take notice and then they want to pull me into their world as well, and I'm kind of blessed to be able to be in that and work with those types of athletes. Because it is a lot of athletes. You're talking 30 to 40 guys every single year that show up to World's Strongest Man over those 14 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of human beings in 14 years, and have won 7 out of that amount of bodies is a blessing.
It really is.
I mean, you must really know what you're talking about and how to help these guys not just get ready for that event, but to stay healthy enough to do it.
Yeah, that's a biggie. When you're talking athletes that are 6'8", 400 plus pounds.
Wait.
And
6'8".
Yes.
Okay, 6'8".
400 plus.
400 plus pounds. Like, we can't just, gloss over that.
No, and that one of those guys is right down there, by the way, Brian Shaw.
Shaw is right down the hallway, right there.
That's like giants.
That's like 7 of you, Monica, honestly. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're talking about being that large and already, and then throwing 1,000 pounds on your back and running with it, that's an unfathomable amount of weight in motion at any given point in time. So there's a lot of pressure on those bodies from a cardiovascular standpoint, a blood pressure standpoint. So you've got to always be one step ahead with understanding the impact that a blood pressure is going to produce on a deadlift of 1,000 pounds on a 400-pound athlete.
Yes.
And you've got to be a step ahead to be compensating for that on something that large.
And it's, I would say, although you've been at it for quite a few years now, I think it's really more recently that people are applying this type of science to strength sports.
Yes, and they call me the old man or whatever of strongman because when I first got involved in the sport, like I said, about 15 years ago, they'll all say it. The old timers of the sport, there was no such thing as nutrition.
Yes.
It was eat anything, eat everything, and add ice cream on top of all that.
Yes.
At all times.
You can't beat up the ice cream.
Yes.
So I was the one, through my buddy Ryan Bracewell, who lives next to me, and he was in pursuit of this crazy sports strongman trying to be a pro. And it was through our journey together and him introducing me to Travis Ortmeyer that was
great guy.
the big name that got me into the sport.
Really? Oh.
But it was the culmination of that and Ryan and Travis both being emphatic about, listen to this weird little man over here saying we should eat healthy and stop all this other stuff and we'll perform better. And so it was bringing that into the sport, and then it's kind of grown from there. When the guys start winning, the other guys want to do that. Yes. And the longevity. Look how long Brian's career is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so the other guys that I have, they're in the same path and the same trajectory to want to do that, like Brian, and follow in those footsteps of that longevity and success.
Yeah, you know, I was having a conversation earlier with Steve over there and Chad and even Nick, of course, as a part of that group over there with Brian. And really, we're watching strength sports become generational now because of smart nutrition. Guys are lasting longer.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and they're all perfect examples over there. I mean, the days of dirty bulking are over.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and
Did you say
Dirty bulking, yeah.
I thought you said dirty bulking.
Yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work anymore.
I don't think I've ever tried it, but you know, sometimes when you're just not thinking and
You just
you're like,
eat everything, yeah.
dirty
Well, the old
bulking.
adage used to be eat a lot, grow, and you're going to get stronger, right? I mean,
right. But that's where it got tricky because let's say an 800-pound squat on a 400-pound man's back, that's 1,200 pounds going up and down. Wouldn't you rather put 850 on the squat and 350 on the body for that same 12?
Sure, yeah.
So it's that same kind of thing, but that also still translates like Stoltman and Brian, where you can be 400, 430 and run around now with 1,500 pounds on your
I
back.
like that run around.
Crazy,
So-
I know,
Run
right?
around.
It's
Just run
crazy.
around.
Run around with
Wow.
1,500 pounds. And that's truly what's happening.
Yeah.
We're watching the evolution of strength sports reach levels in such a short period of time that I don't think any of us ever fathomed what's possible, maybe including yourself. I
Right.
mean, yeah.
Well, no, and you see how much faster all of them are getting, including the big man. You know,
Yeah.
like Martins. You know, he's very fast, very athletic, very
Yeah.
flexible.
Yeah.
You know, and you see that a lot with a lot of the younger guys. And Tom also being that 6'8", 6'9" range, but also being very athletic and flexible. Not just big men.
Yeah.
You know, standing and
Yeah.
picking up a heavy deadlift or standing and doing a log. They're all unbelievably athletic.
Yeah, that's true.
Great. So Nathan, what is your background? Like, how did you get into this?
Background is just, again, nutrition through school. I've also gone through Duke's program and health and wellness coaching and stuff to get the mental aspect to help kind of put in all that as well through Duke University. So a lot of that comes in play because when you're trying to get through to an athlete and make something important, you can't just say, so you'll do better. You have to apply it to something in their life, and they're going to miss lifts. You know, so as many big lifts as people see, behind the scenes when they're training, I'm getting texts panicking because they missed a lift.
Yeah.
So it's a constant process of the mental and the nurturing and just understanding how to get in and make individuals perform at the very best that they can, physically and mentally.
Yeah, we're
There's a
seeing that
skill
more and
set.
more.
There's
Yeah.
a skill set. Did you compete as well in any
Hell no, look at me.
Well, I meant like back in the days sometime. Or,
Your basic
competitions?
health and fitness, you know, basic bodybuilding is a hobby, never anything competitive. Strength, a little bit with powerlifting,
Yeah.
yes. But again, we revert back to look at me. So you kind of realize it's like if my goal had been as an NBA player.
Yeah.
At some point, I needed to get realistic with myself and say, self, maybe that's not exactly the avenue you want to be. So you need to get involved in the sports
Yes,
that
yes.
interest you in some other way.
yeah.
You happen to be kind of good at figuring out food or with biology, maybe do that.
Yeah,
So-
no, I agree. Yeah, I'd say you chose the right path, Nathan.
Yes.
Yeah, but to be clear,
Wow.
you just don't train the world's strongest men. I saw your client list. It's quite diverse. I mean, you have professional athletes in all sports, and of course, amateur strength athletes as well.
Yes, and everything from bikini and figure and fitness
yeah.
to, NFL, Saquon Barkley. I worked with him a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Actresses, musicians.
Wow.
So, hell, I worked with the manager of the band Kiss, Bill Coyne, prior to his passing
Nice.
a few
Yeah.
years ago. So, it's all over the table. And I also work with a lot of diabetics because insulin is kind of my thing as far as manipulating
Oh.
and enhancing. Yes.
I've been learning over this, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been learning this last 10 years of my life that, and I never really understood this before, but just that how important insulin really is to help being healthier, diabetes, and controlling that through what we eat and maybe fasting or, the
Yep.
keto style eating with more fats instead of more carbs, and just understanding that and then understanding how to relay that to the people too, because is that true? Like it's kind of that's
Absolutely.
the main thing.
It doesn't matter what kind of diet someone does. The results ultimately of that diet will be governed by their ability to control and manipulate their insulin response in reaction to that particular diet. You know, there's so many things when it comes to enhancing your insulin sensitivity, and so many things that reduce your insulin sensitivity, your levels of stress, your levels of sleep, your hormone levels. I mean, all these things have a direct impact, and ultimately at the end of the day, insulin is the storage hormone for the body for all things.
Yes.
The more of it that's active and able to function, the more your results are going to be. It's the key. Your insulin receptors are the door. You got to unlock that door for all the nutrients to get flooded in by the insulin. So it's everything.
But that would be the body's natural ability to create insulin, not necessarily how they're treating diabetics now, right? The diabetes 2 anyways.
Yes.
Right, where they're trying to give them more and more insulin, and you're like, no, they need less insulin to be healthier, right?
100%.
Okay.
The physicians,
They're
the
screwed.
mentality
They're
got
basically
lazy,
screwing them over.
and it was feed the drugs, not feed the person.
Right.
If you feed the person first, you put the drugs in for what the person cannot handle.
Yes.
It's that simple. They've got it ass backwards. So
I think that's what I've been learning the last 10 years, like really understanding how fasting works, why it works, how it works for an athlete versus someone that's, obese maybe, and then being able to implement it into like my lifestyle. And I know it's not for everyone every moment of the day, but I find it's a really amazing tool to be able to utilize for insulin control.
absolutely 100%.
How do you apply your coaching practices to your? I know it's unique to the individual. How hands-on are you with your coaching?
Extremely.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unique to the individual. Some guys need me constantly.
Yeah.
Some guys, they need it more sporadically, like every week or so.
Oh, gotcha.
As far as the contact, the plan, the direction, and the execute.
Yeah.
Some want that constant day-to-day. Depends on how in tune they are, and it depends on the personalities.
Sure.
Some are really intense and really overly aware. Some are more laid back, and so I got to navigate what's best for each person.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet we could sit here and keep talking.
I got
and
about
keep
20
talking.
questions
I
in
know,
my
right?
head right now, and I'm just holding them back.
You all need to be on Gym Life
Yes.
Media sometime. Like,
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
do. I've got so many
get
questions
him
for
on
you.
there,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Yeah.
I know I would love to sit and talk and hear more too. But
It's great
man,
information.
it's Olympia. They're like pulling us in every direction here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They won't let us just sit and talk.
I know it. It's such good stuff. Yeah.
So
Thanks
good.
for joining us. This has been
So
awesome.
good.
Appreciate you both.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nathan, thanks so much for joining the Monica Brant Show. And you guys make sure you check Nathan out. How can they find you?
Pro Body Coach is on Instagram, or you can go to nathanpayton.com.
Yeah,
Simple,
right. Everything's
easy.
everywhere, by the way. Everybody knows who
just
Nathan
like
Payton
that.
is. Yeah.
So awesome.
Everybody.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Nathan.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys, we'll see y'all in the next one.